Hello.
Hello, hello. How are you
How
doing?
you doing? I'm good.
It's good. It's good. Alcaraz Medvedev fourth set.
Yeah, we're kind of getting stuck in the middle of the match, kind of like the Vekic match yesterday.
Yeah, for sure. Does Medvedev have a comeback in him? Alcaraz has been losing a lot of first sets of matches, but then he's been playing awesome tennis to end off his matches. I'm not sure that's going to be ideal if he does make the final, but
He's fine
um,
physically. Alcaraz is fine. I don't have any
oh
worries.
yeah. No, I totally agree. I wonder if I just don't think it's ideal for any player to have a certain hiccup where they can't start off a match strong or they can't end off a match strong. I like to notice those patterns because I just don't think that's ideal when you get to a final. When you get to a final, I don't think you want any of those kind of things going against you on a strong start. And I haven't seen Alcaraz get one of those.
The thing is with Alcaraz, he doesn't need strong starts. He still wins in five. Pretty much every five setter he's won in his whole career. So if
Sure.
if there's anyone that's going to be the exception to the rule of win straight sets or else, Alcaraz is going to be that guy.
Yeah, that's fair, honestly.
Oh, welcome, Joe. Already gifted a membership
Ooh,
within like the first minutes. Amazing. Thank you so much.
legend. Thank you. It's awesome.
Pretty crazy. Did you see the Krishikova Rybakina match? I wasn't watching it at the time.
I was watching the first set, and then I tuned in when Krejcikova was up like 4-3 in the third. Yeah, crazy. Wow. I mean, you were calling it with Krejcikova. You were saying that she's somebody to look out for. So
I
that's
didn't
that's
call the
great.
result. I didn't call the result.
Yeah.
I thought it'd
But
be Rybakina in straights. I think
really,
I didn't.
okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I thought too. It surprised me.
Ooh,
Oof.
Medvedev break back point.
Yeah.
I'd love if Medvedev took it to five. I mean, he's just like from what I saw first. I was watching the first set pretty closely. Like he was playing well. Then I think he's kind of gone off the boil when Alcaraz has put more variety in second and third set. But I think he deserves five.
Yeah, I think maybe it's that lack of variety, and I think it's the fact that Alcaraz is effective in every single part of his game. He has so many different skills. Medvedev, if he's been playing, the way he's been playing is much more aggressive than he usually plays. This tournament all year, really, he's been doing that a little bit. You can just see from his return position even there. Just that's what he's been doing. Um,
Oh,
but can he attack and hurt Alcaraz? That goes out. So I think.
that's a bad forehand winner slash approach shot there from
Yeah.
Alcaraz. That's so much open court.
Well, I was going to say Alcaraz has much more to hurt Medvedev than Medvedev has hurt Alcaraz, particularly on offense, at least consistently. But Alcaraz missed that there.
It's a crazy miss. I mean, that's
Yeah,
just so automatic normally for Alcaraz.
yeah, absolutely. That was very strange, especially it was just a weird one to hit long. It just seemed like he had it perfectly lined up.
Wow, Jera, thank you so much. Member for 21 months. That's
Wow.
a crazy long time.
Yeah,
And
thanks,
shout out
Jared.
to you, Jera.
Hoping for two
Amazing.
5-setters of outstanding tennis. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shout
Who
out,
knows
Jared.
with Lorenzo Musetti in a slam against Djokovic? He's done it before.
Yeah,
He didn't exactly take it to five. It was more Djokovic taking it to five. But
yeah, it was a bit of both. I'm worry more so about him on grass against Novak. But I mean, listen, he's already on a run that no one expected. Like you might as well keep doing unexpected things.
wow, this big grunt there from Alcaraz. I think he was hoping to start the return game off strongly with a pass, but just didn't quite get it right.
No, can't believe I missed the Rybakina Krajicova yesterday. Yeah, I mean, I think all of us kind of missed part of it then, or a big chunk of that.
Me personally, I was watching The Godfather Part Two, so
Oh,
that's
really? Okay, wow.
it's a busy business to attend to.
Just couldn't miss it. You couldn't miss it. So good, you can't miss it.
Not that I thought that it was going to be an automatic result or anything, but
No, yeah.
Crazy how it turned out.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I wasn't even looking at the scores for like an hour, and then I checked, and Krejcikov was up.
Yeah.
So.
This would be a good momentum shift for Medvedev potentially, just to at least hold the momentum of Alcaraz at the
It would
very
be
least.
it would be so good to see him pushing 5. And also, I will say this: if somebody can win in a best of 5 versus Alcaraz, yeah, Medvedev could definitely do it. Medvedev doesn't have a great best of 5 record, though, does he? He definitely could do that, but I'm just thinking about his 5-set record. But he's had some good comebacks this year where he's won in a 5-set.
Yeah, I was
He had a
watching
few of them in Australia. Like
watching Cam before. He was saying about how he came back against Rusevori and Zverev from 2-1 down. So it's not unprecedented this year, but that was a very special run, that Australian Open. It was just kind of, it didn't feel like Medvedev could lose.
Yeah, well, I just think it was a very good sign of what's to come, is what that Australian Open felt like to me, because he was trying so many different things out. He was playing in a different way, and even though he didn't pick up the title, he impressed a lot of people in a lot of different ways with his fitness, with his offense,
His mentality and tactics.
yeah,
He's never had that
his
versatility of
volley.
tactics ever before, Medvedev.
Yes. I agree. Absolutely. People have never been that high on him for that. And his volleys as well against Surkach was awesome to watch him like volleying like crazy. So I think that run was more of a sign of what's to come, in my opinion. And hopefully, like either at this tournament or somewhere down the road, he can actually pick up a title off of like continuing to play that way and play awesome tennis.
Yeah, it's interesting because Medvedev, for even if you think a couple years ago, when he was having that struggle year where he won like the one title or whatever it was, even then everyone was kind of like, "Oh, Medvedev, he's a rigid kind of player. He's in his ways. He has the serve that sometimes misfires, especially the second serve." But now he just seems so fluid. He's kind of player by player. Um, Playing his game but adapting his game, which is just so encouraging.
Yeah, absolutely. Still trying new things out. And I think that's why it's really good to have rivals, new rivals, that like Sinner and Alcaraz kind of have his number. So having them around, I think that really pushed him to really want to keep changing his game, because he's like, listen, I don't want, I want to be part of this next generation. I want to be able to beat them. And I mean, it's one thing to beat Novak and Rafa, but it's another thing for Sinner and Alcaraz. Like I feel like I should beat these guys consistently. I'm going to work to try to get to that place. So I think that's been really good for Medvedev in some ways, and I hope he can pick up titles with that.
I mean, this would be a crazy run. Like everyone was saying this pre match as well, but from 2-1 down now, beating being Sinner in 5, Alcaraz in 5, and Djokovic in the final probably.
But I tell you what though, I cannot take it if he beats Sinner and Alcaraz, then loses to Novak in the final once again. Like it just
But
has a
it's another final, but you can't that you can't blame him for losing though. Like the Australian Open, it's kind of like, well, you've put up a heroic effort. Congratulations of being in the final. There's not really too much expectation.
I
If
mean, I
he,
get what you mean, man, but I feel like that almost every time with Medvedev. I'm like, great run to the final. I'm not saying that as like disappointment. I'm just like, or I'm not saying as disappointment towards him, like you should have done better. I'm just saying as a fan, like I gotta see him pick up the trophy. Like it would be I would feel pretty like sad and a little bit empty to see him come away empty handed like once again. That would
I think
be very upsetting for myself.
I get you, but I think Medvedev personally, I think he's a lot more level-headed than he used to be. I mean, this is still a long way to go in this match, but if he was to come from 2-1 down, beating Sinner Alcaraz
It would be
in a
pretty
row
amazing, yeah, impressive.
is getting to the final is already far exceeding his expectations.
Yeah, I guess
Surely,
on a grass court, right? And then hopefully maybe U.S. Open hard courts he can pick up on that. I just need to see that title because he has the level for it. So hopefully if he does do that, then the conversation is Medvedev is such an amazing player, not that he can't win finals.
Needs to win a title, period, this year. And it's crazy he's not won a title with all the
Yep.
the big matches he's been in.
Oh,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
absolutely. I don't really understand. He's played so well this year at times. At least up until the Indian Wells final, he made like 3 or 4 finals, was playing great, but he kept running into Sinner, Alcaraz. So
yeah, there's a kind of the clay season. It was always gonna maybe lag from last year in terms of equality. Well, last year was crazy. The run in to the clay season with all the wins in February and winning. Was it winning Miami against Sinner? Wasn't it?
yes, yeah, in the final there. Yep.
Final
Last time he
Indian
beat Sinner
Wells,
before.
and beating Miami, beating Sinner in Miami. He
Mhm.
had the craziest run to then give him confidence for clay. It didn't really quite go the same way in terms of title winning form coming into this clay season. So it's kind of a recovery job now with grass and the hard courts.
Yeah, I mean, in some ways, you could almost look at it as like I guess Miami was the outlier tournament. Since then, Clay's never his best surface. Grass has never been his absolute best surface, but he's still performing well here. But just talking about like some of the lead ups, but I think for the most part, you have to give Medvedev a slack until he comes back onto the hard courts, North American hard courts. He's already performing really well again at Wimbledon. So this is kind of like his resurgent tournament, if you want to even call it that. I don't think he's been in that bad of a form, but I agree. It's more been like I don't know.
Bit
You have to give him
disappointing.
some slack.
It's been a bit disappointing, but you can understandable at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the
Joe
big
saying in the chat.
expectations of Rome.
Sorry.
Sorry,
What
the
were you
big
saying?
expectations of like the Rome defense as well.
Yeah, I mean, you can only really expect so much with Medvedev on clay.
Yes.
Joe's saying, anyone see Paulini's face today when she met Pink while practicing? She seemed so stoked. Yeah, I saw Pink in the box, Royal Box. Very famous singer. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of Paulini's. You don't think of Paulini as being like 28, but that would have been when Pink was coming up.
Yeah. Well, no, I
Well,
mean, I remember hugely when Pink was one of the absolute mainstream artists. It was like right before the kind of Katy Perry era, I guess, when
the
Katy Perry.
Paulini would have been like 12 or whatever,
Yeah, I
right?
guess. Yeah, something like that. So it makes sense. Yeah, Pink is great. That's probably a cool part of being a celebrity through sport, is getting to meet other celebrities like that you actually enjoy their stuff.
So many random events you're invited to.
Yeah.
Wimbledon. Wimbledon's probably just. I mean, for a lot of people that don't really care about tennis, Wimbledon's just more the spectacle and the mixer of all the people there for the celebrities anyway, which is sad in a way, but that's just the
Well,
reality,
it's
right?
funny because also you have like these super like you have princes and princesses, and then you have Pink. It's like a big mix of different people.
Whoa, nice drive volley there.
I kind of thought the first set of their Indian Wells match this year was more competitive than I think some people remember. I Medvedev played really really well in that match on conditions I don't think he likes playing Alcaraz in. So that made me think like there's still something in this rivalry that excites. I mean, the rivalry is exciting anyway because they're two of the best players in the world and both very talented, inventive, kind of creative, interesting players, unique players that have a very contrasting dynamic. But I also think that Medvedev played a game in Indian Wells that was able to test Alcaraz for a set, and then he just couldn't serve and fell apart in the second set. But the first set was as tight as it gets. It got to 5-5 in the tiebreaker. Medvedev was up 5-4. He was up 3-0 with a break. And it was partly his changing his return position where he's standing on the baseline, and he was able to do that and do that well. And Alcaraz didn't know how to tactically combat that for a little bit. So we'll see if there's some of the similar things here. But I will say also, Alcaraz was playing a lot of longer rallies against Paul. They were playing like ping pong rallies. It was like It was like 15, 16, 17, just like boom, 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 just crazy shots right back and forth rally. So in some ways, I feel like that prepared Alcaraz well for this match. I think the Paul one did in some ways.
They both just can reach so many balls, Paul and Medvedev.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
definitely extends rallies.
Yes, and also bring it back to you with more pace. Gil Gross said something that I thought was funny on on his podcast. He said they will Pikachu you if you hit pace right at them. They will kind of electrocute you right back, like bring it back but with more interest. And that's kind of what it is. I couldn't believe it when Gil said that. He will Pikachu you.
He does have some random random nuggets up his sleeve all the time. It's 27 minutes through this set. It's only I mean, it's crazy how short the second and third sets have been. Just rapid Alcaraz getting 2 sets to 1 up. Medvedev, I think, for his game style, hoping to just kind of extend it a little bit more. Oh, what a point there.
Oh,
Just to kind of lengthen it, and I think tie breaks and longer sets benefit Medvedev in general.
yeah, I think so. I think that's definitely fair to say.
Dragging him into his game.
Yes. I knew for sure that Medvedev needs to serve well in this match, though. There's no doubt in my mind that he needs to serve well here. If he doesn't serve well, like doesn't serve really well, then it doesn't appear to me like he has a good chance here. So I don't know exactly what his like stats have been, but I feel like he's served fairly well.
Can have a look after this point.
That's good.
Oh, just savage.
Oof.
Oh, come on. It's not fair. It's not fair.
It's the one-hander. There is a one-hander in the top 10. His name is Alcaraz.
Dimitrov's there right now anyway, right?
Yeah, well, Musetti saved him. Musetti didn't make himself go into the top 10, but he kept his player in the top 10 by winning his quarterfinal. Dimitrov
Would Fritz have...
Yes, he would have been 7th.
Easy Fritz is not top 10. I mean, it's kind of... Maybe he's not had the most consistent year this year, but... Yeah.
It's weird. It's strange. Rune is not top 10 anymore either, but
that makes more sense in my mind.
I agree. But
he was overranked for a while, Rune, in my opinion.
I agree with you. And Fritz, Fritz is number 11. Yeah, Fritz is number 11, which is strange. He's had quarterfinal U.S. Open, quarterfinal of Australian Open, quarterfinal of Wimbledon, and he had a title in Delray Beach. He had a title in Atlanta. I don't really know how he's not top 10, but anyway.
Medvedev in trouble. Just don't want to lose this service game here. Ooh.
So many drop shots.
The grip there is just, yeah.
Listen, if you have a different, if you're putting yourself closer in the court, you have to cut off that drop shot option. You have to make it less effective. The form on that forehand, it was
well, from where he was, I mean, I think the kind of re-slice, re-drop kind of, I mean, you just can't go over that ball there, how low it was with Medvedev's technique, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree, yeah. Re-drop
backhand, option. But not on the forehand.
It might be 4 sets of Alcaraz just being so fast that kind of scared him off from doing that, but you have to do that. Another one.
There we go. This is what he could have done.
David, get in the coaching box. There you go.
Make Alcaraz play. He's not going to get to everything. And even if he does, he might give up like overheads and put-aways, if it's good enough. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Double faults in the match. Only 6, but the aces need to be higher than 5 for Daniel Medvedev. It's not high enough. Not enough free points for me.
Huge rally at break point. Goes out. Oh, wow. Medvedev got the break, but Alcaraz gets it right back.
Yeah.
That might be the final blow.
Final nail in the coffin, right?
Yeah, and I'll remember that forehand that he hit off that drop shot. To be honest,
Yeah, it did not look pretty, like a lot of Medvedev's game.
Sinner hit a lot of successful drop shots actually against Medvedev, and that made me think like Alcaraz
He
is gonna have.
definitely attempted a lot of drop shots.
He attempted a lot, but yeah, I felt like he did decent with them, and I felt like Alcaraz. I mean, he's not going to be hampered like a Sinner who's probably using partially get out of jail to not play physical rallies, but quite a few of them I thought were working despite where Medvedev was in his court positioning. So I was like, in my opinion, so I was like, Alcaraz will have a good time with it. But anyway, that seems like it happened there.
Yeah, I mean, drop shots against Medvedev is always a great technique.
Yeah.
Always a great decision.
He has more lateral movement than he has moving up and down the court, probably a bit.
For sure. Corner to corner, he's better. Welcome, Cedric. Welcome, Snail. Yeah, Modric in Alcaraz's box. Luka Modric, the Croatian. You know Modric?
I know the name, but I don't know him that well, to be honest.
Won the Ballon d'Or 2018. Best player in the world.
Oh, okay, got it.
That was like a controversial one because Croatia made the World Cup final, but
wasn't following closely then.
I mean, it was yeah, one of the very few that Messi and Ronaldo didn't pick up in that era. So,
Okay, got it.
Welcome, Snail. Welcome, Katie.
Hey, what's up, Lexi?
Welcome,
Katie,
Lexi.
yeah, the hill. Medvedev just played much better and much less errors. Versus Sinner, yeah, it's fair. Alcaraz is getting a lot of breaks against Medvedev here. And yeah, I mean, people ran away with the Sinner injury thing, and Sinner definitely wasn't 100%. But in the fourth and fifth sets, I felt like it was the big storyline had to be Medvedev outplayed him.
Was it Medvedev's doing, though? Making Sinner not exactly 100% in terms of like the long rallies, or I didn't really get that impression, but Gil kind of hinted at that.
Yeah, it's possible. I just think that Medvedev deserves his credit because regardless, yeah. I felt like the bigger story was how incredible Medvedev played in that match to earn that match, and Sinner was having trouble. I didn't think he was that far below his, at least he was like 80% or 85, 90% in the fourth and fifth sets. I didn't think he was that far below his best. So, or at least far below his 100% healthiest. So I felt like the story had to be Medvedev that kind of outplayed him.
Welcome, Awan, here from Brazil. Welcome, welcome.
Come on, Daniel, break back time. Let's see. Dios mio, Medi. Yeah, it was just a couple of shots there in that game, which was very poor from Daniel, and kind of, I don't know. It's exactly the kind of game you wouldn't want. You would want to trust Medvedev not to have in this match if you're looking for him to win the match.
Only a challenge remaining each in this set, by the way. So if it goes a potential break back, I mean,
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah,
but
might get a bit dodgy.
But you could, if you're expecting, Medvedev to kind of come back here, if he just got the break back and he's hitting shots like that, which are a terrible retrieval off an Alcaraz drop shot with the different court positioning he has, you kind of, I don't know. I don't really trust Medvedev at this point to really enact a brutal kind of killer strategy to take out Alcaraz at this point and be able to win this after that game.
Snell saying about the basic errors. Yeah, some return errors are just not really acceptable at this point. And when Alcaraz is picking your pocket at net like he always does, I mean, you just gotta take those chances. But Alcaraz is always on top, isn't he?
Yeah, and his defense is so sound, Alcaraz. I mean, Medvedev, when they're getting into physical rallies like that, cat and mouse, Alcaraz has is so good at just every single thing, like drop volleys, even like
there's always a way out for Alcaraz when there doesn't seem to be for Medvedev.
I just think like Alcaraz has all the shots, and Medvedev, he has all the shots, but not to the level that Alcaraz has. Alcaraz has better variety than Medvedev does, which is going to only be complemented by a grass court.
Wow.
Oh my God. Get out of here. Get out of here. That was like a tournament winning shot. That was just, I'm here to play.
straight at the body, and he manages to keep the volley in. I mean, Medvedev can't really do much. He just has to hold serve and hope. Alcaraz has a bit of nerves here, but it's not looking likely right now for Medvedev.
No, it's not.
With these returns as well. I mean, this is just
Brutal.
It's the winner procession, isn't it?
It's a returning masterclass. How
And
long?
the 3 points had to be better for Medvedev. It's just not been there today.
Long we've been streaming wise this stuff for already. Yeah, we just started streaming. This was the times when we both could do it. Well, I mean, that is ridiculous. Get out of here. I mean, but yeah, we just started streaming. But I'll stick around a little bit. I don't know exactly. I think the other match is going to come on right after this, so I'll probably try to stick around for the start of that.
Maybe cover a bit of the women's doubles until the till the second semifinal starts.
Yeah, something like that.
We'll see though. Maybe this match isn't done, but it looks like it's pretty, not far away. No challenges remaining for Alcaraz. So if Medvedev can do something here, nicely done.
The fact that you have to even be ready to hit that volley is just. I mean, Alcaraz.
How low was the ball to Alcaraz's forehand? It was barely an inch off the ground, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how Alcaraz is even getting that high enough for over the net. It's not normal.
No.
Oh, it's close. Bit of desperation, maybe Medvedev, but he normally makes those. Normally does.
Yeah, that was a strange situation there where Alcaraz usually wins that cat and mouse, that redrop. Alcaraz is usually so good at it. He kind of overplayed it, or overthought it. Seemed like.
I know what you mean. No challengers remaining. There's not a lifeline, but at the same time, it's kind of like going into court without a lawyer. It's kind of like you don't really. You're not protected if things go wrong. Like you're just kind of if you win, you win, but you've got to just do it yourself and hope the line umpires do their job, which is not always gonna happen.
Yeah, it's good to have a safety net.
Safety net's a good way to put it.
I've seen crazy situation happen before, like on match point or the point before match point, somebody doesn't have challenges, and it can be rough. So I kind of agree. I mean, it's probably not the. Yeah, I agree. You want that safety net. What are your thoughts on the Paolini versus Krejcikova match? Very unpredictable.
Crazy.
Yeah, crazy that we're even getting this. Paolini back-to-back finals. This is in two on grass and clay, which is pretty much only reserved to like all-time legends. The fact that she's been able to do this after never even making the quarterfinals of a slam, never making the second round until this year is like, what? Like it's absolutely insane. And Krejcikova as well. I was barely winning matches in her last few months. So what I think of the match is Paolini seems like she is just so determined right now, and she just had the experience of playing a major final in the last match. But Krejcikova is also playing fantastic, and also obviously seems very determined. It's a crazy final, and they both seem to have just willed it to happen.
I back Barbora in 3 personally.
I back Paolini in 3, so let's see. But I have no idea. I have no idea.
I think the way Krejcikova has been talking in interviews, this does seem like kind of there's I like the way she's playing as well. I don't know.
She has a bit of it's a bit of an experience and a bit of a strength about like the way she's gone about. Like she's having fun with it. Like it almost feels like she's like, yeah, this is my Wimbledon. Like even like posting on like Twitter between like in a rain delay, she's just very calm. And I don't know. She's just she's kind of. But I also just feel like Paolini, after winning a match like the one that she did against Bekic, could propel her to having a good final. Kind of like Rafa Novak situation 2018 before Novak beat Anderson. Maybe not that, but like, you play an epic match, you get confidence off of that, and then you figure it out in the final. Kind of like that. That's why I've had Paolini in 3, but it's hard to say. I could see either picking it up.
I just think with Krejcikova's kind of complete game, she has more firepower for me than Paolini as well. And she's won Wimbledon before in doubles. That doesn't count for nothing, I think.
I would agree with that.
Experience of winning, just Grand Slams in general. Just the one singles, but all the doubles, I think helps.
Yeah, I wouldn't underestimate Paolini's level at the moment. I mean, her constant depth, her grittiness. I agree that Krejcikova probably has more firepower, but I don't think Paolini has none. Like I think Paolini has a lot of, I don't know. She's got a lot of talent, and she's been able to just be a constant problem for players. So
it's quite a nice draw to the final for Paolini, though. I know that bottom half has opened up, but I think Krejcikova has proved herself against the top opponents. I think that does count for something.
Yeah, I agree, but I guess I'm trusting my seeing her level at Roland Garros and at Wimbledon, and seeing her make both finals playing as well as she has been, and trusting that the level I'm seeing in front of me is kind of, she can't choose who her opponents are. I'm kind of trusting that she would have been able to beat some even higher ranked opponents with where her level has been. That's my opinion. But yeah, I agree.
Ooh.
Seeing Krejcikova actually get it done versus top players, that means a lot too, and get over that hurdle. But yeah, I'd probably back Paolini because I was really, really impressed in that Bekic match from both. And I kind of think Paolini is just playing awesome at the moment.
Waste of a challenge there for Medvedev. It's match point Alcaraz. Ace out wide and has the chance to close out this match. Straights last year against Medvedev. A bit closer this time, but still, the last 3 sets have been pretty comfortable, you got to say.
Yeah, relatively comfortable, yeah.
Oh, it just kind of caught in between, and there it is.
A couple forehand mistakes, kind of the forehand letting Medvedev down on defense a few times at the end there, I felt like. But
Carlos Alcaraz, back-to-back Wimbledon finals after losing to Medvedev at Wimbledon 3 years ago. He's won against him in back-to-back Wimbledons. And both have been, I mean, apart from that first set, relatively comfortable. Just not been much opposition.
Yeah, I think that Medvedev's not going to be very eager to play Alcaraz on a grass court in the near future.
Pretty good win there for Alcaraz. I mean, I think he's just not going to mind dropping sets. Especially with grass, it's a quick. You get quick matches even if he goes 4 in general. It's been I think 4 sets against Tommy Paul and Medvedev, quarters and semis. You would have expected that.
Yeah, it's good results. Alcaraz is playing really, really well. Obviously, I mean, he ended the Tommy Paul match playing amazing. He kind of same thing against Medvedev, 6-4, 6-3, 6-4, I think.
Losing, right?
Yeah. So he's going to be prepared for Djokovic. I think he'll be happy also that. Well, I guess he did go 5 sets versus Tiafoe, so he's had long 5 sets in this tournament. But also against Humbert went 4, but. For the most part, he's been playing really, really well. He's had some tough opponents.
Tiafoe, Humbert, Paul, Medvedev, 3rd round to semis is not easy at all. Very tricky, and with the way Tiafoe was playing, he went 2 sets to 1 up as well. Very tricky draw that he's navigated here, Alcaraz.
Yeah, the way Humbert was playing too. Humbert was playing crazy good tennis. Breadstick Alcaraz. It was an amazing escape from Alcaraz that didn't go 5 sets. So yeah, a great run from Alcaraz. A lot of respect.
3-4 love 40. Humbert in that fourth set.
Yes, 3-4 love 40. I couldn't remember the exact one, but yeah, it was very, very, very close to going 5, and for Humbert to get that break.
That was guaranteed 5 before it wasn't. I mean, that's how close it was.
Yeah, which is kind of crazy because Alcaraz could probably do it in 5, knowing his 5-set record. That's what I keep thinking about. Alcaraz is such a boogeyman at the moment, where like nobody wants to play him in 5 sets because it feels like automatic loss, and that's like a crazy place to be in.
There's so much
like,
pressure on the first 2 sets.
Yeah, that's
and even
like
if you win them, like, yeah,
it's kind of like all time. Like some of the goats have that kind of stat where if you go to the absolute pressure moments, you feel like you can absolutely rely on them. Alcaraz is there right now. We can talk about his crazy shot making, how he gets shot of the day, but that's maybe the most impressive stat of his career so far. 12-1 in 5 sets, and the one was is more impressive than it is not impressive. So
yeah. Dollarhide Kravchuk playing Dabrowski Routliffe right now. Dabrowski Routliffe, I think they were the U.S. Open winners last year in doubles.
Look that
so
up.
Canadian and Kiwi.
Nice.
Yeah, U.S. Open winners last year, and
yep.
They hoping they win. Sad to see Shea Mertens go out earlier. Shea's just going for the mix now, so no double for her.
Yeah, I am happy for Townsend though, and for Siniakova, because that's a bit of a revenge over Mertens and Shea from their Australian Open meeting, and Townsend is one of my favorite doubles players to watch. But yeah, Shea and Mertens are out. They were the number 1 seeds.
So sad to see Murray Townsend go out in the quarterfinals of the mixed 10-5 super tiebreak. It's just brutal, those super tiebreaks.
Absolutely. But yeah, I mean, that's good consolation for Townsend to be in that women's doubles final. So Routliffe
never won a doubles slam.
Sorry?
As Townsend, she's not won a doubles slam before. 3. This is their 3rd final. So this is come on.
One with Fernandez at the French, I think, and then the other one I'm not sure when it was, but
looks like Katie McNally 2022 US Open.
Okay, I thought it was probably a couple of years ago.
And that was against Siniakova Krishikova, so can't beat him, join him, right? In a final.
Yeah, that's wild. So Routliffe apparently in the live ranks is world number 1 in doubles. So I'm trying to figure out exactly how this plays out, if she's going to stay there. But let me see. So okay, so Siniakova can still pass her. Okay, I guess the women's doubles rankings are so close that it's still very up in the air. But just looking at it, Routliffe has never been world number 1 before. She's currently live number 1.
I think Siniakova would like. I think she'd feel vindicated. She won. Didn't realize she won the Roland Garros doubles. Siniakova.
Yeah, she's been quick. Yeah, I remember that run. I remember that run
because Coco Gauff's first doubles slam, right? Yeah.
So, yeah, Gauff. Yes. I believe it was. She had been world number 1 before, but yeah. That was a great run. It was a great run too because Siniakova was kind of struggling a little bit in doubles. I follow her doubles results fairly close. She was kind of struggling a little bit, Siniakova, so that was a great kind of run from her to get that done.
I guess Pegula was injured at the time, so that's why Gauff Siniakova paired up, I assume.
Yeah, I guess it must have been. Yeah.
Or not playing clay anyway.
Yes. Yeah. She was obviously didn't play the singles. What a rally here in the doubles. Goes in the net.
2 points away from that first set of Dabrowski Routliffe.
I guess they're the big favorites. Who have Dollarhide and
I like Kravchuk are good. Kravchuk, I think, has won some mixed doubles. Yeah. 4 mixed doubles slams. I think with Joe Salisbury. I knew it was with some British guy.
Okay.
I wasn't sure who.
Salisbury is so crazy talented. Salisbury, I think, is one of the most talented players in the world, no matter what, whether he plays singles, doubles, anything. Kind of reminds me of the Bryans in that way. I always, whenever you look at Bryans or Pays, Leander Pays, or Salisbury, like these are kind of guys where if they played singles, people would know their names. Like they're really amazing to watch.
At the same time, you just know if they did play they would not be able to get top 50 like Ram or some. Like they just don't have the complete kind of game without a partner.
I definitely agree with you. But I will just say though that Bob Bryan and Mike Bryan, they were pretty successful in singles until they decided to play a different way. Like Bob Bryan, I think he was getting pretty easily in main draws of single slams until
I'm not too clued in on them and their singles prospects, but Joe Salisbury anyway, he was out of singles as quick as possible.
Oh, really? Yeah. It's like I'm gonna focus on the doubles. Yeah, fair enough. Dalhide and Krajcik, they've been sweeping. Like the first 3 matches that they played, all straight sets, 6-2, 6-3, 6-2, 6-1. Their last match was closer against Babos and Kitchener, who I think are pretty good at doubles, actually, at least Kitchener. And they won 1-6, 6-2, 6-0. So they've been doing pretty well.
Well, I think you hear the name Kishinok because I think it's got to be her sister plays with Ostapenko. So.
Oh, it is. That's it. Yeah. Okay.
Both making the quarterfinals at the same time here at Wimbledon.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that. Yeah, I'm glad that
I was confused as well.
That's wild. So okay, a lot of sisters on the VTA. So different Kitchener, but yeah, her Grand Slam doubles results: semifinals at French Open, Wimbledon, quarterfinals of the U.S. Open, final of Australian Open this year. Hold up.
And did she win? Did she win the Australian Open, Kishinok, earlier?
No, that was she lost to Shea. I remember watching that final. Yeah, Ostapenko. And it wasn't close. The score is like 7-5, 6-4. It was actually like remarkably straightforward for that scoreline. But
welcome step down to the chat. I think Alcaraz will win the title. Well, I mean, odds on it's going to be the repeat of the final last year.
I'm
Alcaraz Djokovic.
Listen, last year was good. I think is going to go down as one of the most historic matches. Period. So to get a rematch of it is also going to be, I guess, historic and very exciting.
Well, it has a Wikipedia article, and that's how you know. If the final itself has like a
thing, Wikipedia confirmations.
Same with the Sinner Medvedev. It's just when there's such a big 5-set match like that, it's gonna have official stuff.
Absolutely, but I just like the Alcaraz Djokovic match is on a whole nother level. Even that, I think. Because when you think about it, it's really like the first kind of step the next gen showed to truly say, like, we're here already and we are here. And that's like a crazy thing, especially when you have Alcaraz and Djokovic both playing so well at the same time, playing in a Grand Slam final, the first Grand Slam final of that type, of Sinner or Alcaraz or Rune playing against Novak or Rafa or anybody. And just for them to play that way and for Alcaraz to win and get that huge upset and for it to be as good of a match as it was, 5 sets, I think I can barely think of matches more historic than that if Alcaraz does go on to win double-digit majors.
And he did adapt so well in the match after losing the first set so comfortably. Saying, talking about adaptation, there was wind in that third and fourth set, right? I remember them. There was it the fifth? I don't remember when it was, but there definitely was conditions. And Djokovic, historically, maybe it's just his perfectionism. He just can't quite adapt to wind as much as other people can.
Absolutely not. Yeah, he always struggles for whatever reason. It's part of why I think he doesn't really like playing at Monte Carlo sometimes, because it is rather windy there, from what I've heard. And
it's windy and slow, and he's rusty on clay. It's just a kind of triple whammy of just not an ideal condition.
yeah, longer rallies that can kind of wind him down. I don't know. It's not ideal.
So I think is Bistad no Bistad, but what's the Swiss tournament? Is it Gstaad?
Yeah, I believe that one's Gstaad.
Is that next week? 'Cause
Next
I saw Alice on the course training. So it looks so pretty. One of the prettiest tournaments in Switzerland.
It is next week. Yeah, Swiss Open Gstaad.
Just gorgeous. You can just see the mountains in the background. It's just, I mean, if I was rich and lived in Switzerland, I would love that tournament.
Switzerland seems like such a lovely place to live in general.
If you had like I mean, you gotta be like loaded to the extreme.
It's rather expensive. Yeah, there's some 250 tournaments like that I feel like people are like, I don't know. People always just tend to say like the players will want to play the 500s period, but some 250s are just so nice to, I'm sure, visit, and also there's such cool scenery around some of the tournaments that I know fans love traveling to those tournaments. So I would just not overlook that when we're talking about the merit of some tournaments. Like,
And some
there's some
players,
really
I think, they want the half holiday, half competing kind of European summer, have fun kind of thing.
yeah,
Like a Rude.
yeah, absolutely. I'm sure it helps with the stress of playing on the tour as well to be in such a nice area and be able to travel around a bit.
Trying to find. I mean, of Wikipedia, it's just I'm trying to get to the ATP Tour, but I don't want to have to search up 2024 ATP Tour, but I think I'll have to.
Yeah, just trying to go down a million rabbit holes. I've definitely been
Yeah.
there.
I think is Newport. Is this the last year of Newport?
Yes. Yep.
Rest in peace, Newport.
It's sad. Switzerland is so beautiful, right? Yeah. From the photos I've seen, it looks crazy.
Oh, Opelka's back in Newport. Opelka's been gone for a while. When's the last time
Opelka's
Opelka even played?
I don't know, but he's also come back in Atlanta, or at least he's on the entry list. So, yeah, fingers crossed that he plays. I don't know the last time he
Two
played.
matches this year, and no,
Both challengers.
Two matches last year. So he's not played, and even that was a win against Tennis Sandgren in a challenger, and that's it. So it's been a really like bizarre. I mean, if you remember the final he made in Montreal against Medvedev, that was one of the best returning performances I've seen in a 1,000 final.
Yeah, Opelka. I mean, the guy. I thought he was going to be I thought he was going to be a top 10 player.
Injuries is just so difficult when you're so tall as Opelka. There's so many different. Well, I mean, you've got more chance of everything going wrong.
Yeah, he was. I definitely agree, and I think for his height, he definitely seemed like one of the more free kind of movers on the. Like he said, I was kind of really amazed by his movement. Not that it was amazing for like an average player, but for his height, I thought he moved rather well on the court. He was an absolute ace machine. Like he was just getting ace.
He would hit his ground strokes not too bad as well.
Yeah.
He was one of the more dynamic serve bots of the time.
Yeah, I think it's all things physical and things mental. To be honest, that kind of caused issues for him. I feel like maybe a little bit mentally not at his best towards the end of.
He definitely could get heated at times. I remember watching him like, you're only screwing yourself over here with all the arguments with the chair umpire and things.
Yes, yeah, I agree. So, but if he can fix that up and keep improving upon his game, he has a game to be. I don't know how high ranked, but he has a game to be like a top player, at least top 20. So
he was 17 in the world, and that he's 650 in the world because he's not played in forever. But he definitely has that kind of that peak where he can beat top players. He can compete. He he definitely had that expectation. I remember a hard court season, he would just come alive and have in all the ATP Tour YouTube videos, he'd be predicting himself to win titles. So that's,
Kind of Zverev-esque in that in that way. Put myself in there.
yeah, I think Runa put himself in there for a while as well on the videos.
Yeah. No, Runa is like other than myself, which is funny.
Yeah. Dolai Kravchuk serving 1-all 30 love. Musetti Djokovic taking a little while. Still not on court, I don't think.
Last thing on Opelka, how it's kind of what's the word? Kind of funny and coincidental. His last opponent was Kyrgios, who also hasn't played in a minute and had a few of the same issues that we've been talking about. But yeah, I played him at Washington 2022. But it's good that he'll be coming back.
His last ATP opponent.
Yes, last
yeah, because he did play the Challenger, but some of those American hardcore challengers are very kind of powder puff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
It was even that was a bad draw. It was a bad season for him in 2022. It was kind of
Oh no, yeah, even 2021. I think at the end of 2021, like he was having issues for like a good like 12 months on court, or like eight to 10 months. Like it wasn't pretty for a second. Come visit you guys. We can play doubles with you and Faison. Listen, I'd love to play. It would be fun to do you, me, Faison. Figure somebody else out as well, and Step as well. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we get
the first class ticket. Once we get the British Airways sponsorship, you know, then we can.
Yeah, I'm so down.
I mean, that's the best sponsorship you can get, right? Just airlines. That's just
Absolutely.
Joe's saying I'm expecting Noli to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Musetti wins. Really?
Wow.
You wouldn't be. You would not. There's no way you would not be surprised if Musetti wins. I'm calling BS on that, Joe. There's just. Of course you'd be surprised. It's Musetti versus Djokovic on grass. I mean. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 4. I wouldn't be surprised if it goes 4, but saying you wouldn't be surprised if Musetti wins is an outrageous statement.
Yeah, I'm expecting Noli to win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Musetti wins. Well, I would be surprised, but let's see. I hope that you're onto something.
Yeah.
I cannot be surprised if Musetti wins. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, credit to Musetti. If Musetti wins, complete credit to Musetti. But I will still be gobsmacked.
I mean, if they were having I mean, just personally, if they were having a rematch at the French Open, I'd be much quicker to say not be surprised if Musetti won.
Yeah,
yeah.
Almost guaranteed 5 sets. Musetti, Djokovic, Roland Garros, right?
Yeah. Almost guaranteed Musetti gets like points away from winning or something. And then Djokovic comes back and says, hey, no, I'm going to win anyway.
Thing is, with Hamburg, I'd expect it to be more stacked than it is because of the Olympics. But each to their own, right?
Yeah, well, Atlanta, I was looking at the players list for Atlanta, and yeah, Atlanta is literally just all the players that are not playing the Olympics, but it's rather weaker compared to players in the compared to draws in the past.
Shelton not qualified. Who's qualified for the Olympics then?
Shelton's just not playing for the Olympics. Shelton just said, I'm not going to play the Olympics. I'm going to focus on the hard court swing and then hopefully prepare for the U.S. Open. Because he needs to obviously defend the semifinal there. So it's
Which other American won a clay court title this year, though? He won a title. Like
Shelton, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't.
Houston, wasn't it? Houston, he won.
You could be right. I don't remember. Yeah, you're right. You are. Yeah. Beat Tiafoe in the final. So, he should back himself that he could do something. It is interesting. I mean, he's gonna have more chances to play the Olympics, so. I don't hate the decision, but I
think it's probably his team's decision rather than him because being a young guy, representing your country at the Olympics has got to be such a thrill. I mean, it's got to be just a surface team decision based on logistics and injuries and things.
Yeah, it definitely could be. But I'm looking at these other players in the Atlanta draw, and like Tiafoe's in good form, so that could be interesting if he brings that same form. But Manarino's not really in form, and then you have Nakashima, Thompson. Like it kind of, I mean, these are good players, but these are players that are not really top 30 players, so it kind of goes down after that a little bit. But
Manarino could be. I mean, he's won these kind of titles before, like Winston-Salem. He does show up in random times, Manarino, when you least expect him to win.
yeah, I guess that's true. Chorich is in the draw. Gofan is in the draw. Shapovalov is in the draw. Shapo is really interesting. That I'm excited to see. Hopefully, so no, I mean it should be good. It just definitely relatively. I don't know if depleted is the right word, but relatively less top players than in the past. But it is what it is.
I think it's interesting in general the people that are playing the Olympics. So what is with? To be fair, Bastad, but even then, there's not any of the top players that wouldn't normally play July, or they're not there, like an Alcaraz, a Sinner. A Sinner withdrew from Bastad, didn't he?
Yes, yeah, he did. Yeah. There were quite a few withdrawals that came in at the same time for Bastad.
You'd think clay match practice would be helpful, but
yeah, it's a bit strange. I mean, Steph is in Gstaad, but he's like the only player that's even pretty close to the top 10. So
these are clay guys, though, so kind of expect them to play July on a non-Olympic year sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Is that right? Fonini and Wawrinka are seeded for the.
For what?
Or Gstaad, they're 7th and 8th seed.
Oh, what the heck? How does that happen?
It goes from Berrettini was 59th to Fonini at 94th. I thought they'd be like wild cards.
That's crazy. I mean, I guess it helps with you hear about Tommy Paul withdrawing, replaced by emergency substitution, whatever that means. What?
The player that nobody wants to play, emergency substitution.
I think they bring in a random junior player. That's what I heard from Twitter and things. But
okay, yeah, it could be like
statement.
That is emergency substitution. And so, who knows what that means? No
one wants to be in Switzerland. I mean, this is a Switzerland.
Just pick a random guy off the street.
I volunteer as tribute. Bring me.
Yeah, absolutely. No, but if you imagine that, and then if you manage to win a game, then you get like half the prize money for the whole tournament.
Yeah. Collected prize money $579K. I mean, I could do the chunk of that. Yes, please.
Yeah, it's like what 290 or something, 289 or something.
I'm sure the first round win prizes are probably not sizable, but they're sizable for me.
That would not be bad.
First round loss prizes.
Yeah, no, I mean, if either you or I play, we'd win like 2. I would win like 2 points if I was on court, but I would love it. I would love to be out there.
Optimistic 2 points. I probably win 1. Give myself 1.
Double fall from, I don't know. That's probably, I mean, that's the same for me. I don't know. I'd like, maybe if like I hit it as hard as possible, every shot, I would get like 1 that way.
Interesting. Djokovic, 83 unforced errors over 5 matches or 4 matches. I guess it's a bit
solid, no?
It's a bit of a kind of loaded stat because of the withdrawal, right?
That's pretty good, no? Is that like 83 over 5 matches? Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Musetti was like 140 something. So.
Wow. I guess it goes down a little bit to the way Novak plays the game a little bit, but yeah, that's very, very good. Especially because he's had a few 4-set matches as well, Novak. So
he doesn't need to hit winners. He can hit like 4 stairs and have a ball of a time. So
yeah, Federer is winners. Djokovic is forced errors. Nadal is kind of unforced errors, I guess, from his defense. if you want to think about it that way. I never really thought about it, but that kind of is accurate.
Do you know when the Olympics draw is going to come out? Because that's I'm
I
waiting
don't
for
know,
that.
but I'm so excited. Honestly, some people aren't that excited. I could not be more excited for the Olympics. Because I really take stock in the Olympics, and I also just think this year is going to be so good. I just have a good feeling about it. Even though we've gotten a lot of players not playing, literally for me, as long as Rafa and Novak are playing, it's going to be awesome.
You just hope they're playing. You just hope.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
I mean, Djokovic he's still got that sleeve over his knee. I mean, whenever that sleeve's over the knee, I'm still scared of something's going to happen, you know? All of a sudden his knee just kind of inverts or something.
Yeah, I hope that does not happen. That's the last thing I would hope. But how crazy is Novak? I mean, people are talking about Novak's draw, but how crazy Novak's comeback here after that knee injury and having a surgery and then just being able to play the way he has been, so like in this tournament, it's so crazy. Like there's so few like athletes that can do that, and we can just say, oh yeah, but he's a good.
Fritz did it, right? Fritz had a similar thing.
Yeah, but I'm just like going all the way to the semifinals at playing as well as he has been. I've been very, very impressed by that.
Oh my gosh, what a first point there. Djokovic has got a net cord winner opening point.
I was just about to pull that up. Here we go.
Incredible. I've got to go in a minute.
Okay.
Dabrowski Routliffe got the break. Sad about the Medvedev match not going 5. I was hoping for more there.
Yeah, I was as well. Medvedev played so well against Yannick, but I hope he can take the positives from that. And then I think he should be one. He is one of the favorites going into the U.S. Open. So I hope for a good run from Daniil. Daniil is so fun to watch, and he's so good to not get a single title this year. So hopefully on the North American hardcourt swing, he can pick up a few titles. I expect him to.
He's not playing Olympics, right? Or he is playing Olympics.
Yeah, I just don't really.
I think he is playing
or if
Olympics.
he could do it at the Olympics, it'd be even better. But I just don't really expect big things from him there. Or is he even playing? I'm actually not sure.
I think he is. Rublev's not playing, but I think Medvedev is.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
I remember a Wimbledon press conference about it.
Okay, Medvedev among Russian athletes to accept Paris wildcard. Okay, yep. So yeah, he'll be playing. That'd be even better. Be a great result.
Just trying to find when the Olympics draw is going to be. Who?
Musetti seems to take his time to warm up, and he started a lot better against Nole. Absolutely, yeah, it was a slow start against Fritz. He can't really afford that. Although I will say he, when he beat him in Monte Carlo, he lost the first set. He was down to 7 to break. Roland Garros, he was down to 7 to break, and then almost the same exact scoreline. Then he came back. So I guess it's not absolutely necessary for him to make this contest to take the first set, apparently. But he would much rather prefer that. Novak barely ever loses at majors after. That's I mean, come on,
that's ridiculous.
On the third point.
And the way Djokovic is moving there, I mean, 23-shot rally to finish with a winner.
That was an absolute statement. I have no doubt in my mind. I really think the only reason Novak ran for that is to make a statement.
He didn't slide for it either. He preferred to run. What do you think?
This guy's the greatest of all time, is what I think. That was unbelievable. When I watch a shot like that, I'm just like, there's nobody that's ever been better that's played this game.
Welcome, Max. Nice to see Musetti reach a Grand Slam semifinal. Yes, it's kind of come out of nowhere. He's taken advantage of the draw. He's managed to make some wins out on a surface that doesn't really suit his game in a lot of ways, but with the slice, with some things it does, with slice and defense, I think that's Musetti's kind of key on grass, right?
Yeah, slice defense. I think he has some sneaky power that he can pull off. He's pretty. Yeah, I think it's like the defense to offense that he's pretty good. He's pretty good at turning points around. I think that's been really helpful. He's got the slice. He's got some variety, some skills that work well on a grass court, and I do think it's the sneaky power that he has, because I don't think people really really fully appreciate that Musetti can pull off some pretty strong shots that can do pretty good damage on grass. And he's good. He has a good backhand. He has a good forehand. Like the fact that both of those are pretty strong and neither is insanely attackable, particularly the fact that he can play from such a deep return position and behind the baseline. Like the fact that, I don't know, it's the fact that he can do that and turn to defense to offense from there. Those are some of the things I would say. Like it's that helps, because some people with the one-hander, you can attack their one-hander on a grass court or a two-hander, but Musetti not really, and he's able to play pretty strong on grass to defense to offense. That's in the net. This is not that good of a start for the first game for Djokovic, although I don't know, a few incredible points, but then a couple lackluster in the last 2 points.
Welcome, Tom. I've got to head off now, but thanks for joining me on the stream, Anthony.
Yeah, no problem. It was fun. Yeah, always fun.
And
I'll see you later.
when's the women's final? 4-2 UK time, I think. Well, anyway, we'll probably be there. We'll be there.
Okay. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'll try to join in as well. Yep.
Bye.
All right, bye. All right. Then there was one. I'm gonna stay. I don't know how long I'll stay, but I do want to watch a bit of this Musetti Djokovic match on stream. I'll stay for at least until the end of the first set, and then we'll see from there. Yeah, once again, it's not a play-by-play, so I can't really do a play-by-play of it, but I can talk about kind of what's going on and talk about other stuff and talk about the match. Here we go. What do you think of Paolini versus Vekic? Step, I thought that was an incredible match. It's, I mean, right after it ended, I was like, that was amazing. While I was watching, I was like, this is really something special. But really, in my mind, it's kind of a match that I think is going to age really well. Like, the more I'm thinking about how crazy of a match that was and all the great moments and the great play and the great kind of emotional spectacle that it was, like, I think it's a match that's going to age really well. I think it's one of the best women's matches I've seen in the last few years, to be frank. I think it was really good. I said it while I was watching the match, like longest Wimbledon semifinal ever, in women's semifinal ever. And while I was watching, I said, like, it doesn't matter who's on the court, you're not really going to see a match better than this. So, I kind of stand by that. It was really good. Maybe not the best, like, you know, the best ever, but it was really, really good. Let's watch the whole match. Yeah, sure. I don't think I'm going to be able to on stream, but yeah, I'll definitely keep watching a bit. Was with the about to go on a date look, Anthony? I'm not. Is this a date look? Is this what I should be wearing on dates? I don't. Is it just the hair, I guess? Absolutely awesome. Yeah. It was the 10-8 in the tiebreaker, saving match points after match points. The way Vekic saved her match points, and then Paolini figuring it out. Amazing spectacle of a match, and both players played absolutely phenomenal. It's one of those matches that also mean a lot to both players. So you know that kind of heightens the level of the match as well, the quality of the match, the fact that it just means so much to both. By the way, if Musetti can play these long physical rallies, that might be a good thing. I will say Musetti does like playing Djokovic. He has nothing to lose, no pressure. And also he's got variety that can kind of he's got variety in defense that can kind of play longer rallies, which not necessarily ideal at Wimbledon. But if here's the thing, you have to gauge this. Is Djokovic going to be fully physically on it? He hasn't had an intense match play in 3 full days. He hasn't had to really get off the couch in 3 full days. And is that ideal? It seems good, and maybe it is good, but I also think that Musetti is by far the toughest opponent Djokovic will have played in this tournament. Holger Rune wasn't anywhere near even himself in the round of 16, nowhere near his best. Maybe near himself, but not anywhere near his best. So there are a few things that I would point out like that kind of make me interested about Musetti here. Also, Musetti will be motivated off of from doing better than he did in Roland Garros last year, especially getting bageled in that 5th set, despite the level he played. I really thought Musetti played like a top 5 level for most of that match. So did Novak. That match I thought was much better even than the Cerundolo match. I think the Musetti-Djokovic match is a contender for best men's match of the year so far. One of them, anyway. For me, it's clearly a top 5 best men's match of the year so far. We've had quite a few good ones at Wimbledon as well, but that one was really amazing. Every other point was just remarkable, like showcase of shot making. Lexi, very true. People still dress up really cool when they go out on a date still. I thought anything goes now. Well, I mean, hopefully this looks cool. I don't know. Anthony thinking now I have the stream to myself. Ooh, I can do anything. I can do anything. Who do you favor, Paolini or Krajicova? Yeah, I was saying earlier, I kind of favor Paolini. She was just in a Grand Slam final, and I thought she was playing absolutely amazing versus Bekic. But honestly, I don't really know. I will be honest. I didn't see the second set from Krajicova when she turned it around against Rybakina. I just wasn't watching at the time. I still haven't really caught up. So I don't really know. I guess I'll have to look into the Krajicova-Rybakina match first before I really give a proper prediction. Because I was watching that Bekic Paolini match in nearly in full. So some good speed from Musetti. You'll see that throughout the match. First set is crucial for Musetti, in my opinion. Because look, here's another thing. Musetti, he's done well against Novak when he's lost the first set. Imagine if he takes the first set. That could be a big thing for Musetti. I think taking the first set, Musetti here, is going to be absolutely crucial. I don't think he wants to rely, especially in a best-of-5 match, for him to have to do like he did at Roland Garros, especially because he has been the one playing longer matches in this Wimbledon so far. I think this first set is 100% absolutely crucial for Musetti. I like Djokovic, but I was mostly a Fed fan and now Sinner from the new gen. I mean, no, 100%. That's exactly where I'm at too. So I'm an absolute diehard Federer fan, bit of a diehard Sinner. But and I do like Djokovic as well. But yeah, Roger was definitely my number one. I've liked Novak more over the last few years, to be honest. 4 or 5 years. Cerundolo and Novak good too, but Cerundolo didn't take his chances. That's why I'm so arc. Yeah, exactly. And it made it frustrating, right? That 4th set, Cerundolo was so close to closing. It was arguably a more impressive comeback from Novak, but it was accompanied by that fact that Cerundolo probably definitely should have done more. He should have done more to finish that off. The match, Cerundolo in 4 sets. Fair enough, Sean. We can all have our favorites. Yeah. Do you wish Delpo would have gotten a proper send away like Murray and Nadal this year in Madrid, etc.? Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's a shame. It's a shame. Del Potro has my least favorite retirement match ever. I'm glad that he got to step on a court again, but for him to lose like 6-3, 6-2 in front of it felt very underwhelming for Del Potro. This is a guy that I believe if he was healthy and if he was playing in a different era, this is a guy that could have won 5+ slams or maybe even more than that. Like Like he could have won a lot. Like if he was healthy, if he was in another era, even if he was healthy in this era of the big three, I think he would have won 3-4 slams. Like, so it's unfortunate. Just faded away in the background. Yeah, he's the last guy that needed that. But I mean, people respect Del Potro. He's a fan favorite. So yeah, I mean, I can't really complain and be like, I can't really complain and say that Del Potro, nobody respects Del Potro, or he never gets the credit he deserves. He's very underrated, but he's not quite he's not unheard of. But it is unfortunate. Good night should be Novak's new tagline. Good night. Novak is funny. Whatever you think of him or that, he's very funny. And they sang a bit of a diehard Sinner fan hiding his carrot costume quickly. let me just hide real quick. Is El Potro the greatest Argentinian tennis player? No, probably not. I don't know. He might be. Guillermo Vilas definitely is number one for most. Del Potro might be better, but Vilas has the numbers, right? Guillermo Vilas won like 679 clay court matches or something. I think Vilas would have to be number one if we're just going by numbers and how their careers really did pan out. I mean, Vilas won 4 majors. Yeah, Vilas has to be the greatest Argentinian player ever. But the fact that Argentina has never had a number one player with Guillermo Vilas and Juan Martín Del Potro is an absolute tragedy. They're probably the two most robbed players from being world number one, Del Potro and Vilas. A terrible drop shot from Novak there. Oh, almost got out of trouble with a lob, but they should play MC Hammer. Can't touch this during the changeover. Yeah. Well, yeah. That was a funny thing to say. It was funny. I'm going to get a ringtone of Nole saying, good night. That's a good one. Good night. I think people are going to look at you weird if they don't know the context, but if I was listening to your new content, super nice. I'm going to comment later when I get home. Hey, I appreciate that, Lexi. Thanks. I really do appreciate that. Yeah, I kind of got creatively worn out a little bit. There's a few things going on, but it happens. Yeah, hopefully, hoping on maybe doing a post match for this match as well. So have some stuff going on. Meme material, yeah. I wish tennis got memed more often with like basketball gets memed all the time. I wish tennis reactions got memed in the same way. What's like the most memed tennis thing? I don't know. And tennis is probably this is gonna be on Tennis TV, bro. I'm so glad I saw that live, not live in person, but live when it was happening on TV. I remember that well because I was about to turn off the TV because I was getting bored, and then that was the very next thing that happened. Right, I was like, I'll watch one more point. Literally, and then that happened. I was like, oh, and then I finished the match. It's like I can't miss anything else. That's the most memed in the tennis world. You'd have to think. I guess You Cannot Be Serious from long ago. I can't even think of anything else that's that memed from tennis other than the You Can't Be Serious. But that's a big one. Great backhand from Musetti. Gets to 40-30. Yeah, You Can't Be Serious. Yeah. Most meme, Medi for sure. Medi is just a meme. Most meme, Medi is a meme. He is the meme. He is a living, walking meme. That's going to be on Tennis TV, yeah. Chalk blew up. Everybody knows in this whole stadium. Crazy. It is a rather arduous task to put a lot of effort and not see the channel grow as fast as you could hope. You hope, I guess. But if you guys keep going at it, we'll eventually reach where it is supposed to great heights. Hey, I appreciate that step. Thanks. Yeah, Yeah, I hope so. Not really sure if you're talking about my channel or Quality Shot Tennis, but I do appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, it is. But it's also part of the process. I understand that it is part of the process, and yeah, definitely growing, which is great. Rublev calling Medvedev octopus will never not be funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. Rublev, they're very self-aware and socially aware, which you can't say about some other players. But ooh, that's in the net. I mean, their press conference in Dubai when they played in the final, that was absolutely hilarious. They're both very funny, likable guys. We're still very much on serve at this moment. Long games so far, but on serve. I still stand by the fact that Musetti needs this first set. There's a match in Rome where Rublev watched and can't stop laughing. That was my favorite Medvedev moment. Jerry, please default me. I don't want to be here. And then Rublev just dying in the crowd. I love those kind of moments. We need more of that in tennis. We need more of a. ATP is getting better and better at it. ATP is getting better and better at bringing out those personalities from players, which is awesome. But yeah, and also like the UTS, the chats between players there, so good. On the women's side, like Kazakina's vlogs are like kind of, they're kind of carrying that for the women's side. But yeah, I mean, we need more of that. Some good rallies here. I don't know. I think this is a little bit more physical than Djokovic would want this match to be. So I would watch out. It's not like Novak is I don't know, very even so far, first few games. Ball abuse. Well, no, it was even better than that. He was like, ball abuse. Oh, sorry, no ball abuse. You know, it's a good drop shot when even Musetti can't get under it. I will say, Novak, there was a moment in 2011 Roland Garros where Novak did not play his quarterfinal, just like here. Different circumstances, but oh, wow, that is an absolute beauty from Lorenzo. Down the line off that backhand. Absolute beauty. There's a moment in 2011 where Fabio Fognini, his only Grand Slam quarterfinal, I don't know why, but he was forced to withdraw from it. Probably, sure, due to injury. But he was forced to withdraw. Djokovic did not play his quarterfinal after, four matches, 4 intense matches. And then when he got to the semifinal, lost to Federer. Federer also playing one of the best clay court matches of his entire life against Djokovic in the semifinals there. Very determined to break Novak's insane, was it 42, 43 match winning streak? I can never remember how long that win streak was for my life, but anyway, he broke Novak's win streak there in 2011. But listen, that was one moment where Novak did not play the quarterfinal and then lost the next match in the semifinal. So that's just something to bring up. Going to be even harder potentially to keep that intensity up at this point. What just happened to my phone? Sorry if I did something to someone. You hit Snahil Joe. I unhit him. Okay, cool. Thanks for that, Jera. I don't want to play here on the surface. Medvedev is just, I meant him when I said he's a walking meme. That's not a joke. This man is funny no matter what he does. He's just a funny guy. He's like a bit of an Andy Roddick of this generation. Listen, I can imagine a scenario where Medvedev is really like an Andy Roddick of this generation. 20 years from now, he has his own served podcast. Medvedev's podcast is the only, like, I will literally stop subscribing to any other podcast if Medvedev has a podcast. That is the only podcast I will listen to. I don't even care if he's not even talking about tennis. Like, I will I will tune into that one. Musetti is too defensively minded, not going to cut it on grass. I agree. It's going to be hard to beat Novak with this kind of a defensive mindset in game. As much as I'm rooting for him, he has no chance versus Alcaraz. You're saying Musetti? Musetti or Novak? Maybe both. Medi and John McEnroe was really funny, the hair and the shorts. I that's a funny video. It's also so random. I just remember Medvedev. He's probably not a born actor, Medvedev. It was very funny though. Well, one of his line readings was so funny. He's like asked, like he said, "I look ridiculous," but he like asked that as a question. I feel ridiculous. Like, it was so funny the way that commercial is funny. They also made another one. I can't remember, but it was also good. McEnroe with somebody. It was with Demonor and Bolter. That one was way more weird and random, but it was also funny. Yeah, Musetti playing too much defense here. No, I mean, it's you already see how this is playing out. I mean, you never know, but Novak is machine-like. He's effective at every part of the court, and Musetti, it's too much for Musetti's kind of variety and variance, you know. By the way, I appreciate everybody tuning in. Please don't forget to subscribe if you are new to Quality Shot Tennis, all of that stuff. Anthony Hirsch here on the comms. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying it. It's 3 break points for Djokovic here. So for what I see is Musetti making Djokovic run and Djokovic hammering Musetti's backhand. Well, one thing I know for sure is Musetti's second serve is going to get absolutely just going to get absolutely freaking pummeled here. Serve is going to get destroyed. So Musetti needs to make first serves in. Long rally, but Musetti kind of relying on the slice, which is not necessarily that effective at the moment. Novak is dictating. Oh, no way. Novak wins an absolutely brutal rally. How is this man doing this at 37 years old? Trying to get into what, his 37th Grand Slam final? I mean, come on. Djokovic doing absolute Djokovic things. How can you not appreciate watching this guy? It's like a Michael Jordan type. It's like a Kobe Bryant type in tennis. It's just, I don't know. I love seeing guys just go after records with their whole being. It's fun for me. And Novak is definitely one of those guys. And he is absolutely just greatness personified. Greatness and also, what's it called? Resilience. I mean that strictly in terms of he had Federer and Nadal in his era, and he still managed to become the greatest of all time, in my opinion. That is Yeah, he's looking for with 31, I think, maybe 32. I think maybe 32. Yeah, Rafa had one less than Roger did. Yeah, 31. I don't know. Can Musetti win a set? I think so. I think he can. I don't know if he will, but I kind of got a sneaky feeling that he might win a set. Novak, it's not like Novak's not been losing sets. I guess against Rune he didn't. But I could also imagine straight sets rather easy. So Meddy and John back was really funny. Yep. So far, YC is making Djokovic run. Yeah. Anybody who faced Alki in the final is going to lose. I hate to say it, but I'm sure. Alki looks like he's coming to win this tournament. I agree. Alcaraz is here to win it. Oh. Oh, man. Musetti close with a banana shot, but it goes out. That was a crucial moment, potentially. Novak much better at the net than Taylor Fritz. We know that. Ray coming, yep. Y'all got it. If I worked harder, I'd be like Djokovic or even better. Well, you got to put that work in. I hope Musetti isn't another Shapovalov. Yeah, I absolutely hope so. Shapo's like no other. It's absolutely true. If you know Shapo, it's absolutely true. And Shapo at some point down the road, in my opinion, is going to make like a random final or like a semifinal or something. Like he's going to have another good run down the road, kind of like Kyrgios-esque. Kyrgios just made like a Wimbledon final out of nowhere after so many people are saying he's like one of the most talented players of all time. Very Shapovalov-esque in that way. Very good, pretty young as a teenager, like 18, 19 years old, and then even 17, and then kind of fell off the map. He's going to do that at some point down the road, but Shapo is just one of a kind. His personality, the way he plays, just how up and down he is. I don't know. I mean, come on. Musetti with a drop shot returner serve. What if Novak and Rafa met in the first round in the Olympics? It would be potentially the most watched match in the history of tennis. Probably. It would probably actually be so. At the Olympics, you'd probably get a lot of people watching who are not even big tennis fans if it's broadcasted in the right way and marketed in the right way. If Novak and Rafa play, period, at the Olympics, then that's going to be absolutely insane. And you can never count Rafa out at Roland Garros. I really mean that. 5-2 for Novak. I have to head out after this set, I think. But I enjoyed doing this. I'll be back again as well for the women's final. Musetti needs to take these break points. Yeah. Any chance you can cover invitational doubles? So who's playing that? I got to check that out. Invitational doubles, Wimbledon. Barty is playing, right? So who's playing that final? I'm trying to figure it out now. Okay, here you go. I'd be assuming that Barty is in the final. So crazy. We're already at the end of the tournament, at the end of Wimbledon. In some way, it's not gone by quickly, and we've had a lot of long matches. And the other way, it's gone by real quickly, I feel like. Musetti being outplayed at the moment. The one thing I will say that might be good for Musetti is they are playing some longer rallies. That is absolutely... Oh! Musetti nearly got it too, but Novak's speed is so outrageous at the moment. So, invitational doubles. Oh, wow. Radwanska and Schiavone versus Robson and Hantukova. Okay. It's pretty good. That's going on at the moment. I don't know if I have access to that, to be honest. I can look. I'm going to look. What a ridiculous forehand that was by Novak. Yeah, Novak is outplaying. How is Novak doing this? It does kind of remind me of Roger at 2019 Wimbledon. Because people started slightly counting Roger out from making another slam final. Not quite the same with Novak at all, but people started slightly counting Roger out from making another slam final, and then he reached another one. And he was playing amazing, beat Rafa in the semis. So Novak still playing amazing at 37 years old. Trying to make another slam final. I really would have hated it if Novak or a Big Three member didn't make another slam final after that U.S. Open final last year. It just didn't feel like, felt very rushed and didn't feel very fitting as the last kind of final. So I don't even at this point I don't even expect this to be the last final Novak reaches. He could still win 3 or 4 more slams. Who even knows? But at least to have one more, because I think some people start worrying that Novak was never going to reach another final again. And at least considering that as a possibility. Well, hasn't reached a single ATP final all year. This will be his first if he makes it. Only good thing I will say for Musetti is he's really making Novak run a lot this set. So we'll see if Novak's body kind of holds up here. He does have the knee issue, and his body didn't hold up at the French. But I hope it's not the case. Okay. Some better points from Musetti. It's going to be a big service game at 5-3. See if Novak is not a little bit tired from all of these long rallies. Yeah, I do not have access to the women's invitational doubles, unfortunately, or any of the invitational doubles, but that seems like a lot of fun. Of course, Sharapova versus Rublev in the US Open was one of my faves. Yeah, you mentioned that. And Radwanska, Navratilova, Shea. Legends. Yeah, absolutely. Navratilova is, to me, the GOAT. And Radwanska is one of the best shot makers women's game's ever seen. Oh, good tennis here from Musetti. It's Djokovic who's on the ropes. It is Novak who's on the ropes. Musetti needs to do something here in this game, and I think he knows it too. Magnus Carlsen lost his mom. She was only 61. That's unfortunate. I love Magnus, man. That sucks. 61, dang, that's young, too young. Way too young. Lost my mom was so young, too, 56. So that's terrible. And my condolences for that as well. That's tough. My papa 2 years ago, but he's older. Yeah, sorry for that, Lexi. That's one Norway. Second oldest, well independent. Yeah, that's great. Always glad you can join in for the streams as well. Good shot there from Novak. Alcaraz is going to have a match in his hands. Yeah, we'll see. Alcaraz, I think, is the favorite, no doubt, especially being the defending champion. Novak 100% on the net. Yeah, we'll see. Musetti needs to step up his gears. Dios mío, it can't be like with Novak. Yeah, he needs to step it up in this game. Lorenzo, come on, Musetti. Irrespective of what happens here, I could see Musetti making the RG finals next year or something like that. I agree. Love to see it. Oh, Musetti had it too. You can't miss that. I mean, I don't know. I'm acting as if that was the easiest shot in the world. It wasn't. Seems like he did such an excellent job. Did an excellent job raising such a lovely lady. Cedric, not one bit. Nah, you turned out great. And it's 2 points away for Djokovic. It's a let. How I am in real life, so hard to control. Yeah, that's I relate. I've always been rather impulsive. You might see that on streams if I react in a certain way, or you know, I tend to always say what's on my mind on stream. That's poor from Musetti. It's 4-15 for Novak. It just feels like Novak is the one dictating in this set, and it feels like he's got the upper hand. Musetti making it easy for Novak. Yeah, just too many kind of errors. Oh, 37th Grand Slam final for Novak. That is insane. What is it? 49 semifinals, 60 quarterfinals, 37 finals, 24 titles, potentially 25. That is the most insane record in an era that he played a lot of it with Federer and Rafa in his era. Watch out for Musetti. He's 1 point away from making this real interesting, but it is a second set point. Not a forehand Novak usually misses, but even goats get nervous. That was nerves. Musetti making it easy for Novak. Musetti needs to recoup ASAP. Feels like Novak didn't have that operation. Wow, his doctor must be one of the best. Yeah, it's wild. Right away, back to this level. Oh wow, Musetti coming in clutch here. And before you know, I don't think most people expected this. Deuce, or anybody did. Did Musetti have that tape on his knee in his earlier matches? If he did, I did not notice it. If he did, I did not notice it. He has played some longer matches. Wow, the Euro final is in a couple days' time. That should be exciting as well. And now we have Italy versus Serbia. Musetti versus Djokovic. Come on, Musetti. Musetti. Before you know it. Because I think Musetti understands how crucial this first set is. I think he absolutely knows. He's kind of playing on survival instinct, you know? Because I know it doesn't really matter that much, but Novak's lost like 2 matches in his entire career after winning the first set at a Grand Slam. At least outside of playing Stanislas Wawrinka, who is not real. Outside of playing Wawrinka, he's lost like 2 matches that way. So Musetti knows he needs to win this first set. I mean, listen, a lot of crazy things can happen, but Lorenzo Musetti winning 3 out of 4 sets against Djokovic on grass might be pushing it a little bit. So if he could win this first set, it's going to be crucial for his chances. I'm liking what I'm seeing at the moment. If he can win this first set, it's been a long one and a physical one for Novak. Oh, come on, Musetti. There you go. Lorenzo Musetti picking it up and hitting more through the court. Okay. Okay. That's exactly what I want to see from Musetti right here, right now. 2 set points for Novak saved. Back on serve. Cedric Anthony David reminds me of Jason Sunny Jamie-O. Don't know him. Musetti needs to pull a Federer. Yeah. Lorenzo, come back strong. David, I feel like he doesn't want England to win. Doesn't want to make it appear he's secretly rooting for. Fair enough. And then Novak breaks. Yahoo. We'll see, Lexi. We'll see. Not yet. Not yet. That was exciting. I hope Musetti can keep that up. You never know. I personally don't think, in a weird way, I don't know if it was ideal for Novak to have that 3 days off. Just think about it realistically. Novak played a very easy, honestly, match against Runa. He's had, relative to Musetti, probably pretty easy matches in the tournament so far. He's played opponents that have peaked and played well, like Fernley, for example, played really well for his ranking. But Musetti is going to be the toughest opponent yet. He had 3 days off, full days off from intense play, from doing anything. Kind of like he didn't have to play matches, just he had to keep up those kind of physical conditioning. We'll see. Musetti, if anybody can have long rallies versus Novak, it is Musetti. And it's been working. The defense to offense on grass has been working. He's being a little bit more offensive now, which is working. He always has liked the backhand to backhand dynamics versus Novak in a weird way. He has the variety for it. He has the kind of array of shots. Wow. High level at the moment. This is really interesting as Novak tries to close this out. Break back. Come on, Novak, you need to fish this in straight so we can beat Alki. Okay. We'll see. We'll see. Is all we need to do straight sets. Getting ready for that 5-setter. Like Sam revoking your citizenship. You can do that? Wow. Okay. You can do that is crazy. Oof. Musetti with the very common, exciting break, and then doesn't matter at the end of the day. No, I can't. Here we go. Novak is 2 points away from the first set. Musetti needs to really slow his time down here and really just take it chill, just relax and just kind of take his time. He's still not out of the set or out of this game, but that's nerves. Gets to love 40. Tennis is a tough sport, and guess what? It's an even tougher sport when you're playing Novak Djokovic. Man, that 5-3 game was so good. And then he plays this game. 3 big points is what he needs, but it might be a task too tough. This might be one. There's one. 2 more. 2 more, saving 5-set points if he could somehow find a way through that, but it's 2 more chances here for Novak. He's got to come up some big serves. First serves. Novak has the upper hand immediately when he misses that first serve into the net or misses it wide. And he does just that. Exactly as I said, misses into the net. Oh no! I was gonna say Fed from Musetti. Federer honestly with a couple of incredible one-handed backhands, redirecting the ball at ease. And then a drop shot, but just goes into the net, and that was a poor choice. From Musetti, hit that drop shot, 2 points in a row. All nerves there at the 5-4 game. All right, sorry, guys, but I got to head out now. Yeah, I'll be back for the women's final tomorrow. Appreciate everybody joining, like always. This was fun. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Lexi, and thanks Zara, thanks, Joe. Everybody that joined in, Snahil. You guys are legends. Appreciate you guys. Thanks, Step, as well. Classic Luzetti, yeah. Fortunately, no, dang it, stupid Lorenzo. Yeah, I mean, played such a good game at 3-5 just to waste it. Yeah, thanks, Lexi. See you later. Yeah, I appreciate you. All right, I'll see you guys later. And, Musetti Djokovic maps keep going on, but I will have to head out. And, yeah, I will see you guys at the next one.